Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another Facebook Live SPAN presentation. Dawn Monaco will be presenting on resources for families during COVID-19. Dawn, you can go ahead and present.
Hi, Nicole. Thank you so much. As everyone knows, my name is Dawn Monaco, and I am a parent professional senior staff trainer here at SPAN, along with Nicole. And we wanted to present to you our resources for families during COVID-19. So several weeks ago, when SPAN and the whole world, or New Jersey in particular, went on home, mandated home, we knew that we needed to figure out ways to support families and youth and young adults with disabilities at home and virtually. So we've been working really hard to try to figure out how to do that. So I want to show you today exactly what we have for you. And we really want people to understand that we are still here for you. If you need help and you're looking for help, we want you to understand that and find out how you can receive help from us. So, Nicole, you can move the slide. So as always, this is our SPAN website. So we have the link up above so you know where to find us. Many of you have already visited our site often. So what we have done is we've put a link at the top of our website of our resource page, the SPAN COVID-19 information page. So you'll see with the arrow that's where you would go ahead and click. And where that would take you to is the next page. There you go. So this takes us to our information page. And so if you scroll down, you will see there's two things that we've done so far. We developed a fact sheet, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And we also developed a resource chart. And so first I want to show you, we actually did a Facebook Live 2 weeks ago on the fact sheet, but I'm going to just briefly show it to you again. And before we move forward, I just want you to realize that all of these Zoom meetings are up on our YouTube page. We have tons of information up on that page. So if you haven't checked it out, please do so. All of this will be there. All you have to do is go to SPAN Parent Advocacy Network's YouTube page and subscribe to it, and you'll be alerted to whenever we have a new video put on. So Nicole, why don't you go to the next fact sheet link? So if you click on that link, it's going to take you directly to this fact sheet. So this fact sheet has tons of great information for you. If you see along the side there, it will tell you what are the health risks of COVID-19, how does the coronavirus and school closure affect your child's IEP? Because that's really been a big question. What are some of the supports and services available for parents and caretakers? What are some ways to reduce my child's anxiety? And what resources are available for adults with disabilities? And much more information. I think the next slide will just show you the other side of the fact sheet, Nicole. Whoop. There you go. So this is side 2, and again, all the information, and you'll notice there's a ton of website links there that will take you to the important information that you may need. So that's one thing that we've done, and that's up on our website. So next slide, Nicole. So you'll see right underneath where I showed you where the fact sheet is, it says we've pulled together a chart of COVID-19 related resources for your reference. Click here to view. So once you click on that, it will take you to the chart. So Nicole's going to pull that up. The next slide. Okay. So this is the chart that's on our website. Now, this is just a screenshot. In a few minutes, I'm actually going to go to the website, but you will see here that not only do we have information for parents and students, but we have lots of different information. We have national information and links to those national websites, state information in the state of New Jersey. We have county information. So depending on what county you're in, you can click on whatever county you're in and see what's available in your county. We have educational resources, health resources, because health is an important issue always, and specifically now when it comes to the coronavirus pandemic. Parenting resources. And I want to also mention that most of you would know this, but just in case, the majority of the staff here at SPAN are also parents. So particularly, I have a son who's 21 years old on the autism spectrum. So we want you to understand, not only are we providing you resources, but we are struggling just like you are. We're really navigating this unknown territory just as you are. So there's tons of parenting resources there. So hopefully you'll find something that can help you. We have activities for children and youth. Our children are home being virtually taught, but aside from that, we want to do some. I do believe that we don't want to make this time with them just about school. We want to make it, let's take advantage of the time we have. Sometimes it's going to be really difficult, but sometimes we want to have some bright spots and maybe do some fun activities with our children. We also have self-care information tab. This is a time, as I said, where we're all really trying to understand how to navigate. And, there's that whole airplane saying where, if the mask falls down, you really need to put the oxygen on you as a parent first before you put it on the child, because we need to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of our children. So there's a self-care link for us as well as for your children. We have multilingual resources there. And then what I'm going to do is show you what this actually looks like live. So if you go to the next slide, Nicole, we're going to go now to the website, because I know I showed you on the slide presentation, but I want to show you actually live on the website. So let's navigate this. Hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties, because whenever we do anything with the computer. So this is our website. We are live on the website now. So as I said, we have that link up at the top. So let's go ahead and click that, Nicole, and show everyone where that will actually take you live. So here we are. Dear families, parents, and friends, and we want you to see that we have resources here. And if we keep scrolling, we're going to get all the way down. And again, we have the SPAN website can be converted into several different languages. So now let's go ahead. I'd rather go to the chart, Nicole, instead of the fact sheet, because I think that's more important right now. Okay, let's give it a few seconds. There we go. So this is live. So I would like to try and click on a couple resources. Nicole, if you could scroll all the way over. I found this resource underneath parenting resources. We have a daily Facebook Live with a child psychologist. I clicked on that. I thought that was great. So why don't we show that? It's right here in the middle there. Yeah. The daily Facebook. Yeah, so let's take a look at what that looks like and show you how you can then go directly to a website. So I thought this was great. It's the Child Mind Institute. And you will see that they had, I don't even know, what is today's date? Today's the 16th, yes. So today at 4:30, they're going to have parenting during the coronavirus. And that's a live Facebook with a child psychologist. So there's information like that on the chart where you can go and click. And you'll see on this website, they've recorded many of them. So that's a great resource for families that might want to hear from a child psychologist on how to handle certain things. Because again, this is unknown to all of us. So let's go back to the chart, Nicole. And if we scroll back up to the top where the tabs are, so I can see the different, they're under, oh, another one that I wanted to show. Under parenting resources, it says social story about social distancing. I thought this was great. And I actually used this with my own son. You know, this whole time is strange to us. And so imagine, you know, our children are having a really hard time understanding it. My son doesn't truly understand what's going on. So if you scroll down, you'll see there's actually a social story here that will help us to teach our children what is social distancing, because you know, they may not understand and be able to communicate on what it is, and sometimes social stories are helpful. So that's another resource.
So Dawn, I have a question.
Sure.
I notice, and I speak on behalf of parents who have children with other disabilities. So I
Sure.
notice this has bringing autism resources together. Is this also good for parents who have children with other disabilities?
So, I mean, I think social stories can help any child with any disability. I do think that there's also some resources in our list for children that maybe aren't able to communicate and need more technology help to communicate. But I always say that when we label something for children with autism, it really can be used for any children with developmental disabilities. But we've really tried to vary the level of resources that we have to parents who have children with all different impairments and different cognitive abilities.
Thank you.
And, you know, certainly if someone sees a resource that they think is really helpful, I welcome anyone to forward that to me. I can provide my email, and you know, I would love to communicate with families on different resources. You know, because I have friends and family members who are educators, they send me a lot of resources as well, and we try to, you know, we add them to the list of items to be added to the chart. So why don't we go back to the chart and we can show maybe some health related resources. And you'll notice also we have resources for people that speak different languages. We certainly don't want to, we want to include everyone, and we certainly want to have resources for, you know, everybody. You know, so there are teaching tools here as well. And I mean, I really think that it's a really comprehensive, comprehensive compilation of information for families and professionals and parents.
And I also want to make note that we have this county-based one.
Yeah.
And I want to implore people to sign up for your county notifications, because as we know, you know, the 21 counties, there's a variety of different resources just within the counties themselves. And so there may be a resource that is in, you know, in Cape May that's not necessarily in Morris, and so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
definitely sign up for your county emails, because I know I get the one from Mercer County, and every day, at least twice a day, I get an email of national or state resources, but resources that are within my county.
Yes.
So
Good point. Yep.
yeah, that's really important to sign up for your county email.
Yes. And so I know we also, a tip that I have found to be very helpful in my home is really trying to keep my home as structured as possible. You know, our kids are so used to being in a structured environment in school, and now we have them home where, you know, we're in smaller quarters. And so I have found, and there is a resource in here because I put it up, but I have found keeping my home structured with a schedule has been really helpful. And in fact, technically, my son's school is supposed to be on their spring break next week. And we are not gonna go on spring break. We are gonna keep our schedule because I feel that if we go on spring break, it'll be difficult to get back into our routine because it is such a strange environment right now. But that's not to say that we shouldn't give our kids breaks and give our kids quote unquote sick days to just relax and regroup. So you know, really, we might as well move on to the next slide. I think we can go back to the presentation and just talk a little bit more before we end about what other types of resources we may have. Because we are doing every Tuesday at 11:30 and 7:30 a Zoom meeting, and we're calling it our family talk. We're here for you. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you're struggling with and what you could use help in. We have a lot of professional partners in the state, and we want to be able to say to them, this is what we're hearing from families and parents. So please, if you haven't joined us, the Zoom link is there. If you click on that, that will take you. You don't have to show your video. You don't even have to talk if you don't want to, but we would love to hear from you. So please do. And we're on that weekly. We also share resources on Facebook Live sessions. We have our YouTube channel. As I said, we're continuing to put videos up there for you. And we've always had videos on there. So please, if you haven't seen it, check it out. But we are, and then as I said, if you subscribe, you'll get alerts when we put a new video up. Please go ahead and check that out because we do regularly put up new videos. We've updated the website as we've shown you to include lots of resources around this. And don't forget, we still have our warm line. For those of you who have used our warm line in the past, you know how helpful it can be. Give us a call and tell us what you're struggling with. If your child has an IEP and something is not being met, let us help you. I mean, this is, I think school districts are really, this is new territory for them as well. But if there's something we can help you with to help you communicate better with your school, go ahead and give us a call. We really want to hear from you to help you. So Nicole, I don't know, did I forget anything?
No, I would also say that, SPAN, we are still open, even though we're doing everything virtually. So all the projects are still going on, projects that relate to women and families and children, the projects that relate to preschools with the Inclusive Childcare Project. There's still the START project that works with the CPAC groups, even though the information that we are providing now is very centered around the COVID-19, we still want to be able to educate parents around the IEP process because that is still an ongoing process, even though children are at home, those things are still being implemented. And, I just want to enforce, as Dawn said, that we're here, but, talk to your child's school, talk to your child's teacher. But, if you're having any challenging or difficulty with making those connections, you can give us a call. We can give you some technical assistance for that through the warm line.
Absolutely. Thank you. So again, my name is Dawn Monaco. If I mentioned earlier, if you have a resource that you'd like to share with us, or if you just have a question, you can reach me at DMONACO, dmonaco@spanadvocacy.org. And we hope for you to join us again on our next presentation. Thank you.
And thank you, Dawn, for presenting today. And next week, I'm happy to say we will have Adam Kraus. We've been working with him around assistive technology needs and information and tools. He will be providing a session on assistive technology regarding COVID-19 and children being at home. So it's going to be related to that topic. So next week, that would be the topic for our next Facebook Live.
Thank you. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you.